it's nice for me to come away on this tour knowing that my body's right, and hopefully I can put in some big performances.
Because you came back from the ankle injury, but it seemed to be niggling you for a while. You didn't really get the game time you wanted through the Six Nations period.
Yeah, I think the coach could tell that I wasn't quite back to my usual self. I wasn't taking part in all the training sessions because my ankle was flaring up, and I had other problems with the toe as well, which was leading to more problems with my ankle. And sports injuries, it's always quite complicated, especially something like an ankle. You use it so much in the game that you need to be 100% if you're going to perform to the best of your ability. So it was frustrating, but at the same time, there were other guys who were playing better than me at the time, and so I had to sort of, tip my hat and get back, put my head down, get my body right, and start to work on my form.
But you say you feel the form is back now. You're confident, back scoring tries and carrying back from 15.
Yeah, and that's important. That's what got me here in the first place is that ability to counter-attack from the back, and I sort of made myself a name in sort of that as being an attacking player and what I bring from the back, and hopefully I can do the same again, and I'll use these games to hopefully propel myself back into competition for that 15 shirt.
Of course, you're never going to start again as someone with 30 caps, I think the most experienced on the tour, but is it a chance to really lay a marker down again with that 15 shirt? As you say, there's Mike Brown and Alex Good, and of course Carl Eastman even came on at 15 against the Barbarians.
I know, exactly. There's plenty of talent, and you even see guys like Elliot Daly who's away with the Barbarians playing against the Lions, and Goody's not come on tour, he's resting and having an operation, I think, and then obviously Brown, he's been superb, and he's had to be very patient to get his shot at 15 as well by playing on the wing, which shows what a great player he is. So for me, yeah, it's about working on my form, getting back to the Ben Foden of old sort of thing, and making sure that I'm competing to the best of my ability for that 15 shirt. You
mentioned 30 caps, you're the most experienced player on the tour. You've always been in the leadership groups under Stuart, but do you feel an even more of a leadership role on this tour?
I still feel quite young in my own skin, but obviously, with the guys around me, the likes of Wadey and Johnny May, and these guys who are all born in 89 and 90, it doesn't a bit daunting, but at the same time, I think that's what I have to do. I have to grow into rugby's quite an unusual sport in the fact that you grow into these roles, and when I first came on the scene at Sale, and probably if you ask a few guys, still I'm a bit of a space cadet and that sort of thing, but I quite relish the idea of being a leader and showing the guys the ropes, and obviously being the experienced head in the field. And Stuart's taught me through that, and obviously my involvement in the leadership group meetings, and I've been able to grow in that role, and it's something that I do in Northampton as well, so hopefully I can use my experience there to help us on this tour.
Those young guys you mentioned really energise the group, and they leave you perhaps more experienced guys a real, not a kick up the backside, but just saying, look, we're here, and we push you on to better things.
I think definitely. I think especially the way the guys play, they're so fresh, and it showed at the weekend when they played against the Barbarians what it meant for them to score tries. You saw Marlin and Wadey and fist pumping the ball and getting up and really celebrating because they're just ecstatic to play for their country and score, and they're hungry for tries and hungry to play a wide and expansive game. And like I say, it's refreshing, and it's good to have around the squad, and obviously I'm there to sort of pull them in a bit, make sure they're not doing anything too crazy, and the experienced heads of the squad, the likes of Brownie and myself and Richard Wigglesworth and Dicko will hopefully balance us all out.
Concert side first up on Sunday in Uruguay. Is it a bit of a step into the unknown playing these guys? And if so, is it quite refreshing to do that in the overanalyzed world of rugby? You'll find out how good they are on the pitch rather than seeing them on videos beforehand.
Yeah, it is. Especially with today's game, a lot of analysis goes on, but we are stepping into the unknown in terms of playing a side that we haven't seen play or play with each other, how they're going to bounce off each other, how they're going to interact with each other. So for us, it's going to be more of a game of focusing on our patterns and getting into the way we want to play the game. But at the same time, we know we're going to play a very passionate side, guys who've got points to prove. They're probably pushing for international honours with their countries and things like that. So we have to be careful. They'll be sort of like a wounded dog, but I think that if we stick to our pattern and our way of playing, we hopefully can put them to the sword.